Hey, welcome to another episode of The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media by highlighting the amazing real estate and lifestyle in this country. We've got an amazing show for you today covering a global story, national stories, and even local stories from your own backyard. Let's get The American Dream started right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Part of the American Dream is dreaming big. On today's episode, we're going to visit Anguilla, a little island off of the South Coast where Richard Steinberg, top broker out of New York City, shows us around the Four Seasons. We took the American Dream crew out there. And why? Because part of the American Dream is being able to travel, spend time with your loved ones, even time with yourself. You're going to love what we have to show you about Anguilla. Let's check this out right now. The American Dream for years has been defined as something we achieve through sacrifice, risk-taking, and hard work. But in newer times, people have come to realize that the American Dream is also a matter of time. Time for family, time for friends, time to reconnect with yourself. And Anguilla might just be the ideal place for that. So the question is, if money can't buy you happiness, can it buy you something even more valuable? Time. As we pull up to this Four Seasons, the first thing you think is how beautiful it is.
You come through these big gates, you see these amazing villas, and they park the car, and from there on out, it's golf carts only throughout the resort.
As I'm walking up to the Four Seasons for the first time, I realize I have never seen a resort like this. It's so clean, it's so modern. There's not a door in the hotel or resort. It's just open air. You know, it's a place that like only a climate like this could afford for.
When you walk around the resort, the colors that you see are always like a blended tone of beige, grays, whites, and then that's a backdrop against the turquoise that you see in the ocean and the sky. It almost doesn't look like it's real.
You just get hit with this feeling of just calm and serenity, where you look out over this beautiful ocean and all of a sudden like everything just slows down immediately and you're in paradise.
Something about me and you that makes it work like we do, so unpredictable.
You know, we're bringing Anastasia Ashley along on this trip because Anastasia Ashley has become a voice for beach living and ocean living all over the world. Millions of people follow her all over social media as really an expert in what the best beaches, the best surf breaks, the best coastal lifestyle is. And so we thought at The American Dream, bringing Anastasia Ashley into this, we would give people a glimpse not only into the Four Seasons Anguilla, but bring not just experts in real estate, but experts in lifestyle.
The best kept secret in the Caribbean is definitely Anguilla. I've been all over the world, seen so many beaches, and I gotta say that this place definitely lives up to the hype.
We have the most amazing beaches in the world.
What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show in Anguilla, but let's not forget, it's called The American Dream for a reason. Let's talk about our country. This is a national TV show that highlights cities all across the country. Let's go check out what's happening in your backyard right now.
The
This is Courtney McDonald with Real Estate Around Houston. Today we're in Katy, Texas, and behind me we're on some beautiful old plantation style home that sits on 3 acres. We're having a client, friends, and family barbecue. So come follow me to the backyard and let me show you what we got. So one of the things I love about Katy, Texas is their support of mom and pop businesses. Randee Duncan is here with me today, as well as his wife Sylvia, and they started Daddy Duncan's Barbecue. Just to kind of give you a little bit of a background, Randee was a chef at the Omni.
Right.
And then after Harvey, the Omni got water in it, yes, flooded out a bit.
Yeah, it got flooded out, right. So yeah, I've been working in kitchens 25 years and trying to finish up at University of Houston. I did a lot of catering, and when the Harvey hit, like you said, it kind of flooded out the hotels, so we were doing a lot of first responders and you know, making ribs and brisket and everything for them, taking care of them. So, and it just kind of went from there, and decided to go ahead and go to the next step and just continue with our own business.
Yeah, and I know he is working with a lot of other Katy, Texas mom and pop shops, right? Where you supply your barbecue, and one of the most wonderful things that I've heard of, and I can't wait to try today for the first time, is your donut.
We have 10 collaborations in Katy with different restaurants. We supply them with our brisket, pulled pork, barbacoa, different things like that. So they made us a bunch of glazed donuts, and we're gonna make some whole hog sliders with those, and we have some jalapeno boudin and different things. Brisket, of course, is Texas. So we have a whole hog. It's about 120 pounds here.
So how long did it take you to cook this?
We smoked it for 14 hours on the Moberg smoker.
And this is not just for regular eating. Like, this is what you're putting in like donut, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
it should be good.
We don't do tea parties.
Yeah.
Or garden parties in the South. We do full-on barbecue.
This right here is all going to be meat. So once it cools down, you'll be able to shred it all open. We also have jalapeno Cajun boudin, which we run on the food truck. Mrs. Duncan made some pickled cucumbers. We did some mac and cheese, some barbacoa baked beans. So it should be a pretty legit, you know,
nice,
legit meal for everybody.
Yeah, good. I'm excited to eat.
It's Frank with Houston Lawn Games. Brought some games out today just to enjoy with the barbecue. Brought cornhole, giant Jenga, giant Connect 4. If anyone needs any games for their events and parties, just give us a call, 346-291-7137 or at HoustonLawnGames.com.
So my clients bought this house and renovated it. It was built in the 90s, so they obviously wanted to make it a little bit lighter and brighter since there are so many gorgeous windows with amazing views. One of the rooms that I really like is the kids' school room. My clients have 2 twin little kiddos and a beautiful little girl, so this kind of area was perfect for them. But my favorite room in the entire house is the master bedroom. I can't even imagine waking up to such beautiful views out here. You can see the tennis court, you can see the pool, the 3 gazebos, and plus these beautiful 3 acres of land. Oh my God, this barbecue is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on the next American Dream. Have a good one.
All right, let's take it back to the island. Richard Steinberg and David Fallarino, these are 2 power players out of New York City who flew us out to Anguilla to check out this 4 Seasons. It is an amazing property. We talked to the guests, the management team, got to know that area so well, so much fun. And then we jumped on a boat. And that's not all the jumping we did. Let's go check it out.
We're here with José, who's the general manager of the property and the best general manager in the Caribbean. José, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about this property, and I know you stay here personally, and what makes it so amazing, and how do you do it?
Well, it's no secret that people love coming to Anguilla because we have the most amazing beaches in the world, but what makes it really special are the Anguillans. The Anguillans have a big heart, and generations of visitors have continued to come to Anguilla because they made connections with the people here. Yeah. And they keep coming back because they want to continue to see those people and see their kids and see how they've grown throughout the years. and they feel like they're part of family. So one of the things that we like to say for our property is, we want you to feel like you belong.
The Four Seasons brand is always something that you know you can trust, but this is beyond ridiculous. Walking down the pathway, we're going to go to the Sunset Lounge. Look at this. No walls, no doors. Everywhere you look is the blue ocean. We're at Meads Bay, where it meets Barnes Bay, two of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean. Crazy, right? You can swim here, you can snorkel, you can go further out and scuba dive. You can even have lunches on some of the sandbars.
The Four Seasons is incredible and has a stellar reputation all over the world. Well, why is that? Because like here in the Caribbean, their hard work is put into making sure your time is entirely your own. Their core belief is that life is richer when you truly connect to the people and the world around you. David Fallarino talked to a couple of the resort guests to see what they thought about Anguilla.
I'm Andrew Newfield. This is my new wife, Erin Newfield.
Hi.
What we love most is, so we're obviously on a honeymoon, and the exclusivity, the untouched beaches, everything's beautiful. It lends itself to be a very nice, remote, relaxing vacation.
And from New York, this is so easy to get to.
Correct.
So convenient.
Yes.
Very easy. Flying direct back into JFK, so.
Amazing.
Nice and easy.
So it's our mum's 60th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her friends picked it. Tonight we're heading to Banky Banks to hopefully see some great live music.
Oh, that's the best place on the island.
Oh, awesome.
We're here at the Four Seasons Residences. Richard Steinberg is the head of sales here. He's going to take us on a tour. Right now we're entering this 4-bedroom villa. This is on the beach, on a cliff. It is absolutely insane. Let's go inside and check everything out.
Welcome, so come on in. What I'm going to do, I think, is take you on a tour. But let's start with the entertaining floor. So you have your swimming pool and your jacuzzi. You have multiple terraces that overlook your entertaining outdoor area. Check out the private beach access. Gives you unlimited access to these miles and miles of beach.
Anguilla's laid-back culture is second to none, and we decided to take full advantage of it by taking a boat tour around the island and enjoying the views while in good company with loved ones.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
We made a pit stop at a spot famous for cliff diving. However, not all of us were brave enough to try.
I don't think I have to tell you that I didn't do it, because there's no way. I'm afraid of heights. So I didn't do it. But even to watch the people climb up and jump is really cool.
Somebody had the bright idea of jumping off of a cliff. I didn't do it. I didn't partake. It was high.
You know, I'm scared to jump off the cliff. I don't know if it's because, you know, I've got a little bit of a dad bod this year, or it's because I'm not 100% certain that I can jump off a 50-foot cliff and land feet down.
Of course I jumped off the cliff. You only live once. Look, if Anastasia Ashley can do it, and Randee Sowers, my fiance, can do it, I sure as hell am gonna climb up on that cliff and jump off. Yeah, I second guessed it every step of the way, but it was a cool experience, and the water was warm, so I jumped in. It was fun.
I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
After a long day on the boat, it's time for some lunch. And what better place to do it than Sandy Island? This island opened in 1984 and was originally just a little shack with a basic grill and a cooler to keep the drinks cold. Today, Sandy Island has a fully functional bar where you can get all the well-made rum punches you want, and the seafood is freshly caught same day and straight to the grill.
Jojo, where are we? Sandy Island. Sandy Island. Got some mahi-mahi, some crayfish, and some shrimp. Jojo, what's the authentic Caribbean cuisine? Crayfish. Crayfish? Yeah, indigenous St. Louis. And who comes through here? Everybody. Stars, singers, basketball players, football players, everybody. And the only way to get here is by boat. By boat.
I love being with the American Dream team down there.
You know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story.
Well, I can't tell you how much we enjoyed our time in Anguilla. Look, part of the American dream is being able to spend quality time with your loved ones, and that's exactly what we did. Also, for us, it's about sharing the story with you and inspiring you. That's my hope with this show. Don't forget, though, the American dream is about highlighting real estate and lifestyle in our cities all across the country. Let's take a look at your next local market update in your city.
Hi, Dixie Sanders with Homebridge Financial Services and the Dixie Sanders Mortgage Team. Today I'm in Fort Bend County, Texas. It's one of the fastest growing counties in the United States. Today we're at Randee, one of our privately owned restaurants, with Sara Nguyen, who is with Gary Green, Better Homes and Gardens.
Welcome everybody. I am Sara Nguyen with Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green, and I am here today to bring you to my absolute favorite restaurant in Missouri City, Brandoni's. And we're joined today with the owners, Ron and Claire Brandoni.
Thank you for being here.
Ron and Claire are the epitome of the American dream. This restaurant and what they have done with the restaurant, their love for food, their love for community to Missouri City is a story that I think is very important and should be heard.
I started in the restaurant industry when I was 15, and Ron, I think, started when he was 14, and we've both been in the restaurant business our whole lives, and just when we had an opportunity to buy this restaurant, we were at a great place in life.
You know, the one thing is I think, you know, you work in this business all your life, and you get to the top of what you're doing, and you just say, well, at some point, you have to do your own deal.
From the outside, what I'll say is that Ron and Claire have brought high quality, high service to Missouri City, out to Fort Bend County. The best thing is the family atmosphere. You walk in this door and you feel like you're home.
We've always wanted to have a restaurant, and we'd cook something, or I'd cook something, and we always coined this phrase, and it was just a funny little phrase that we made up. You know, that's restaurant quality, you know? Mm-hmm. And so we would make it a few more times, and if it worked out perfect, you know, 4 or 5 times, then we'd make a little recipe and we'd put it in our little file drawer, and when it came time to open the restaurant, we literally pulled the files out and made those recipes, and it's just food that we like to eat. So we do a lot of fresh fish. You know, I'm a big fisherman. All of our fish, we try to get from the Gulf.
Everything we do here is made from scratch. We're real proud that we bring in fresh quality ingredients and don't bring in frozen fish.
The other thing that always brings me back and keeps me close to you guys specifically is your huge hearts and your charity, how much you've given back to the community, specifically with the restaurant.
You not only receive, but you have to give back to other people, to communities and to people. And so giving back is something that's near and dear to me. My parents have always always done that growing up. So 3 years ago, we decided to we called it Giving Back in August. And so what we do is we chose the Conner Man Defeat DIPG organization, and we gave 50% of our total sales every Tuesday in August, which ended up, I think that year being about close to $15,000. And the following year we chose Lunches of Love, which is another organization out in Fort Bend County. That year, I believe we ended up giving about $9,000 to Lunches of Love. But we're bringing it back this year, and we're really excited. We've chosen 2 charities that we're going to highlight, a shelter for cancer families and Marley's Smile. So we're really excited about that.
Well, if you're in the Houston area, you have got to make a trip to Brandoni's in Missouri City. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you, you need to come and give them a try.
Well, that's all for today's episode of The American Dream, where we took you global. We went to Anguilla off of the South Coast. Hope you enjoyed the time on the island like we did. Today's show is also about teaching you something even more in-depth. It's about time. Time is your most valuable asset. We got to spend quality time with power players out of New York City, and Richard Steinberg, his wife Reneé, David Fallarino, his wife Paula, Seth O'Byrne, Jessie O'Byrne, and my fiance Randee. We all got to spend some quality time together. Money cannot buy you happiness, but time, it is your most valuable asset. Make sure you invest it wisely. That is the essence of the American dream. As we part here today, check out some highlights from our trip, and we'll see you next week.
So my favorite part about Anguilla has to be the Four Seasons Sunset Lounge, which may be my favorite outdoor place at any hotel in the world that I've been to. I mean, this place is magical. You just go there, you hang out with friends, you can eat, you can drink, watch the most beautiful sunset, what it just seems like in the world, and it is magical.
I loved being with the American Dream team down there. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best lifestyle programs I've ever seen. Forget being associated with. And I think it just, if it makes sense, gave me a little bit of a calmer outlook on life because the place was just so beautiful.
You know, this is such an exciting way to market new projects like this because, you know, the American Dream takes great care in making sure that the people telling the stories are the people who are really close to the story. It's not a third-party show where we talk about what someone else did. When we flew down to Anguilla, we experienced everything that we talked about. And we did so with the manager of the hotel and the bartender of the hotel and the families that live across the street from the resort. You know, we really got into the culture, and I feel like we're reporting back firsthand what it's really like. And that level of authenticity, I think, is something it's sort of rare in the media landscape, and it's really important.
Definitely come down for yourself, see what the hype's all about, because you know why? Don't take it from me, I've just been to every beach in the world, and this is on my top 10.
I really like the way the Four Seasons was designed. Now, the entire island's amazing because you really do feel unplugged. I mean, here in the U.S., we're so plugged in. We got our phones and our laptops, and it's just this 24/7 thing. You go there, and life just slows down dramatically. And what the Four Seasons does is they really bring the essence of that. So can money buy you happiness? No. No, it can't. But you work hard, and hopefully that can afford you some more time with your loved ones. And time is your most valuable asset.
The preceding program was sponsored by Ignite Now Media with promotional consideration by its affiliated partners.